Hello, my fellow Magmites, and welcome to my channel. Apologies for the somewhat scuffed setup that I have going on here. I'm trying something new, but I'll be your bartender for today, and I'll be making a cocktail for the most magnificent alchemist of Hololive's guild Tempus, the Great Magni Dezmond. Now, as you may know, Magni has since left us for greener pastures. I'm sure he's out there enjoying his life. Perhaps he's become a professor, teaching arcane knowledge, or he's out there blowing shit up for fun. He was a great, one-of-a-kind streamer, and his fans will miss him dearly. I wish him good luck on his new adventures, and I hope his days are filled with Sonic and cat balls. Now, what I enjoyed most about watching Magni's streams is just his energy and his interactions with not only the chat, but his guests on the streams. Magni had this amazing talent of coming up with the most insane, out-of-pocket scenarios, building them up, and then somehow causing catastrophic failure to much amusement. He was truly a comedic genius. His collaborations with the boys were absolutely hilarious, and his interactions with Callie, Crony, and Vesper had to be some of the most entertaining streams that I had seen that year. But the most memorable stream, one of them, has to be one of his earlier videos where he was trying to make potions with the chat. And that leads me to talking about today's cocktail and the ingredients. Now, if you may recall, at the ending of that stream, the end result was something less than optimal, or edible for that matter. But that got me thinking, could we, as the chat, have gone back and corrected our mistakes and made the right choices and brewed up the potion that Magni wanted us to brew that day? Yes we could. So let's go back and review those choices and see how we did. So let's go over our first choice, which was for the base of our potion. We chose Red Bull, which honestly was a very solid choice. We were on our A game in the beginning. Yeah, this was definitely a very good base to have. But seeing as this is a cocktail channel and I'm into making cocktails, I would like to add my own basis of choice, which is vodka, alcohol. You know, in the past, alchemists of the time used to commonly use alcohol as a base for their potions, so I think it fits very well. However, if you wanted to make a non-alcoholic version of this cocktail, just skip that entirely. Don't add the vodka and stick to Red Bull. I will, however, be keeping this to be adding to our potion in a later step. But yeah, we're doing good so far. Now, the next choice we made was for jelly beans. Jelly beans right here. And still, this is a very solid choice. Good job, Magmites. However, this could be a test that Magni was trying to give us back then, but jelly beans are a bit hard to dissolve into my potions, at least at my skill level. They're too solid and definitely take too long to dissolve. Maybe if we had a boiling cauldron, these would be fit right in and they'd melt really quickly. So let's instead think about what jelly beans are offering for our potion. I think they're offering sweetness, color, fruity flavors, and such. With that in mind, I'm going to use a substitute for the jelly beans with Grenadine. Remember when I made this a while back? But Grenadine offers all of those elements. It's very sweet, it's got fruity flavors, and it's got a lovely color, red color to it. So I think this will fit nicely into our potion, as it will mix much better than solid jelly beans, at least at my skill level. Now, the next choice that we made is Tabasco hot sauce. Not the most conventional choice, but in some cultures, chilies and peppers are considered very good for your health. As the saying goes, it's the spice of life. So I will actually be keeping this choice and using it in our cocktail. I think it might work very well for this type of potion. Now, the next choice that we made was Mustard. Yeah, I think our willpower was starting to fade at this point. And if you remember, I think it was this ingredient that really poisoned the well, let's say. So instead of using mustard, let's try and consider the other options that were available to us at the time. One of them was cocktail cherries. Now, I might be biased as a cocktail enthusiast myself, but I think this is the way to go. It offers, strong flavors, nice color, and preserved fruits are good for your health, right? Yeah, cocktail cherries are very good for you. Just ignore all the sugar. And now, for our last ingredient, we picked canned cat food. Yeah, I think we got really twisted on our path somewhere along the way, but let's consider the other options available. One of them was Sour Patch Kids Watermelon. Now, I think this was the optimal choice there. Not only does it fit in with the candy element that we had with our jelly beans, it also goes with the fruits element with our cherries, watermelons. But like I said before, at my skill level, dissolving these into the potion is too difficult for me. So let's think about what these are trying to offer into our potion. Well, it's in the name, I think. Sourness, acidity, brightness, right? It's gonna make our cocktail a lot more bright and sour. And those are key concepts to have in a cocktail. So, as my substitute, I'll be using lemon juice. Yes, this is gonna fit right in, and it's a very essential component in most cocktails. And I'm going back to using my clarified lemon juice here. Now that we've got our mistakes corrected and all our ingredients settled, let's brew our potion. First, we're gonna grab our vessel of choice. I have my shaker here, and we're gonna add ice to our shaker. Now we're gonna add half an ounce of our grenadine. Now we're gonna add 3/4 of an ounce of lemon juice. Now we add 1.5 ounces of vodka. For our cherries, I'm gonna take this bar spoon. I'm gonna add 2 bar spoons of the syrup, which will be an equivalent of roughly 1/4 ounce. Now for the Tabasco, this is kind of perfect because it comes in this dashing bottle, and it's gonna act kind of like our bitters. Plus it has salt in it, so it's gonna cover our saline requirements as well. So 2 birds with 1 stone, perfect. We're gonna add about 4 dashes of this in here, I guess, since this is supposed to be a main ingredient. Man, that Tabasco is really something. I can smell it from here. But we're gonna cap off our shaker and shake. Okay, now let's set our shaker aside. And for our serving glass, if I were serving this as a cocktail, I'll probably serve it in a highball glass with ice and then top it with Red Bull over here. But seeing as this is a potion, we're making this for the Great Magni Dezmond, the Great Alchemist, of course. I have something that's a bit more appropriate. I have this little potion bottle right here. And we're just going to double strain the cocktail into the glass with this funnel over here. Here we go. Okay, it's looking pretty good so far. It's got that red look of Copium. Almost reminds me of a health potion. So now we're going to take our Red Bull and just pour in into our drink about 2 to 3 ounces. All right, looking good so far. It's got some ominous bubbles at the top, but what I have here is a cocktail cherry that I've cut into halves, and we're gonna push this into our potion, and it'll act as sort of shards of the Philosopher's Stone, symbolically, of course. Okay, I've got it in there. Now I'm gonna cork our bottle and give it a little swish around just to make sure everything combines. Look at that. We've got the shards of our Philosopher's Stone floating in there. And there you have it. I present to you Copium, the suspicious red liquid that Magni claims to be the elixir of life. And I'm sure that everyone could use some Copium in these trying times. It's probably not as potent as the stuff that Magni has, but it's the best that I could make, at least at my skill level. And if you want to know something cool about this drink, is that under a black light, it actually glows. It fluoresces a little bit. I've turned down the lights to make it a bit easier to see, but even that, it's not really that visible, but it glows a pale yellowish red color. And that's because it uses Red Bull energy drinks as an ingredient. It's hard to see with all the other stuff, but I have this potion bottle with just Red Bull in it to make it a bit more apparent. Yeah, look at that. It's kind of a neon yellow-ish when you shine this black light on it. I hope it is visible on camera. But yeah, now it's really starting to look like a potion. And I think this is the concoction that Magni wanted us to make that day. And I hope that this would make him proud if he ever saw it. Now let's taste. First, you gotta give it a little sniff. Okay. Now that's an interesting smell. It doesn't smell like it'll kill me, at least, but getting mostly hints of the Grenadine, the pomegranate, and the Red Bull comes through pretty strong. And worryingly, the Tabasco is pretty prevalent in this in the scent here. Okay, now all that's left is to take a swig. Oh, please, please be okay. All right, down the hatch. Oh, wow. Okay, that is an interesting flavor. Yeah, it's got all the main tastes, I would say. It's got sweet, sour, a bit bitter from the alcohol, salty and spicy from the Tabasco, and might I even say a little bit of umami. So yeah, it's got everything in this. Let me take another sip. Yeah, that spice, it really lingers, and I really like the glug glug that it makes when you sip out of it. It really makes it feel like a health potion. But yeah, the alcohol is not very prevalent. There's a lot of other stuff happening that's covering it up. So yeah, it's not like something I would drink on the regular, but as a potion, I mean, potions aren't really usually designed to taste good. They're meant to, give you beneficial effects. I've said this before, this really reminds me of a health potion. I mean, it's got, sugars and stuff that you really need to, energize your body to help you repair wounds. It's got spiciness and alcohol to warm up your body, to get the blood flowing. It's got caffeine to really give you the energy to wake up right away in case you're in danger. It's got some preserved fruits in it to give you, the vitamins and minerals to repair your body. So yeah, I think this is actually a health tonic. Say it here right now. You drink this on the brink of death and you're going back to life. But for legal reasons, that was a joke. Just making sure. This will not revive people from the dead. But maybe Magni's Copium might be able to, but not mine. But yeah, this is actually not that bad, surprisingly. But anyways, thank you for watching. Please leave your good memories of Magni in the comments down below. If you have an idea for an alchemy-inspired potion, please let me know. Cheers to you, Magni. May fortune follow you wherever you may go. And I hope to see you in the next video. Cheers, and thank you.